welcome back to another fabulous episode of In the Library of Graphic Literature. And if it's your first time ever being here, hi, I'm Luna, and welcome Wallace Ryan!
Yay! Woo! Well, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yes.
But I did get in a comic book DNA. And next week is our going to be Christmas episode.
Our winter festive.
Yeah, where we
season.
tell everyone the 10 best books of the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
The whole darn year.
And we'll light up our Christmas tree.
Yep. And we'll be actually making a special appearance on Omar and the folks get together and they put together this huge, video of small videos, and we're all going to talk about the books we like for this year. Anyway, but I'll be doing my top 10, not a top 25 like I did, or I was doing top 24, top 23 as it went on, and finally it was just like, that's a bit much. So we're going to limit it to, should we do top 10 or top 12? What do you think?
12.
Okay.
12 days of Christmas, Wallace.
Yes, okay. Well, and in the meantime, Dennis and I are doing the 12 books of Christmas over the next, 10 days.
They're not going to be the same books now, are they?
Oh, no. There might be a couple, but I do make a separate list, because some I jostle around the standings, right?
Last year I think they were the same.
No. Well, there was one taken out and one taken in, but this time I've made it up for two different lists, because one has a little bit more. I don't know. It's a little bit more spread out across Independence and DC and Marvel and that.
Okay, what do you have for us?
Okay, so we're going to start off with, and this was a comic that I loved when I was a kid. Lone Wolf and Cub. Now what this was this guy who's a samurai, and he has his kid with him for some reason, and he's an assassin, and he goes around, of course, killing people. Now, of course, this is a manga. It's in English, but it's manga style, so you got to read from the back forward and from right to left, which is really strange reading mirror image. It's like it tickles a part of your brain, right? And it's all in black and white. But this came out, oh my God, in '84, I think was Frank Miller did a comic called Ronin, which really was, it was an American manga, and it was the first time a lot of us had even heard of manga, and he was reading, I think, manga untranslated. He just liked the look of it and everything, so he went with Ronin. And then when these folks decided to put this out, they actually got him. Well, they were way in the back. They actually got him to do the covers, because of course everyone was sort of manga and samurai crazy then, and he'd done the best samurai comic out there. And then I think it was First Comics came out with this, with the Lone Wolf and Cub comic from Koike and Koike Kojima. Okay, I'm hoping I didn't massacre that. But the artwork is really cool. It's not like your Big Eye type of manga. It's the more realistic style, which, of course, people like myself and a lot of people at the time when it first came out, it was just like, wow, this is pretty cool. But it had a whole different approach to comic making. And it was kind of different. Like this, there's scenes very similar to this in Ronin. So it's ironic that the manga craze was kicked off by an American. So anyway, this one just came out this week, so I'm reading that one and loving that one.
This is a child's book, sir.
Oh no, this is a local actually. Fogged in by Kelly Bastow, and it's a series of little of her small cartoons. She's a local comic book artist here in St. John's, Newfoundland, and she does some amazing stuff. I've always loved her cartoons. She also did the last entry in the Town anthology that we did there a few months ago.
I like the style. It's really cute.
It is. She's an amazing cartoonist. She actually even won. I thought she won an award at Mocha one year, but in terms of our local scene, and I love that cover, right? Now this is from Heavy Sweater Press, which will be actually putting out my comic if I can ever get it done. Hey, come the new year. But this one, it's worth buying. I mean, I only paid what, 10 bucks. $10 to support a great cartoonist like that. Go for it. Look it up, people. Look it up. Okay. Oh, now this, I picked out this. Normally, you know, it's... I don't have comic books, obviously, on this show very much. But
you do have a lot of Hellboy.
Yeah, but I do have a lot of Hellboy. But this one is actually just a comic book, or as they sometimes call them, floppies, which I don't like that name. But it's good old-fashioned...
Please don't ever call it that.
Yeah, good old-fashioned comic book. And this one actually is set in Labrador, the Ghost Ships of Labrador. And of course, we are broadcasting from Newfoundland and Labrador, although we're in Newfoundland. But both of us have been to Labrador, actually.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Which is kind of rare, because I know a lot of Newfoundlanders have never been to Labrador.
Well, it is like a $2,000 one-way plane ticket.
Yeah. Well, I went up there because it was an arts festival. They have one of the most northerly arts festivals in Canada. And it's still ongoing, I do believe. But it was a great time. Had a great time there. Okay. Moving on here. Oh, I'll skip ahead. We'll leave him till the end there. This is one of my favorites here.
Rat God.
Rat God from Richard Corben. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Richard Corben, of course, we've done quite a few of his things. The Den. As a matter of fact, we've featured every single one of his books in this series. He has that real photographic look to it, and he had this even back in the 70s. He was doing airbrush, so his comics looked like they were done by Photoshop. And this was back in the 70s. He was doing quality art like that, and with this sort of photorealistic tinge to it all. I loved his stuff. He died about 10 years ago, but this one is really cool. Cool. They all have a sort of creepy feeling to them too, which is kind of neat. But this one, Rat God, it's worth reading. I'm not going to show you too much because I don't want to accidentally give it away. Same with there's another one, Dimwood, but that came out this year from that.
Next
Now,
Girl Comics.
Now, this is not as much girl comics as it's comics for girls. I guess it's kind of funny to read these because you see what people, thought that girls must like to read these type of things. And I'll read so many of these, but there's only so many of them you can actually put up with, right? Designing female, but yeah, it's clearly 50-esque. Oh, look, home wave discovered at last. How you can do your hair at home. So yeah, it's very much I guess brainwashing, because it always has to do with getting
Hollywood glamour stuff.
Yeah, but it always has to do with getting married. It seems, right? Oh yeah, these had a bit of crime thrown in too, towards the end. I gotta read this. But I mean the drawing. The drawing was done by a lot of early artists who became big at Marvel just 10 years later. So there's everyone from, let's see what it says here. And these are beautiful books. John Buscema, who was Big John, we used to call him. Mike Sikowski, Bill Everett, who created Namor, Joe Manley, Russ Heath, Bertie Krigson, and some others. Anyway, this is from the Atlas Comic Libraries, and it's funny. It's a Marvel comic, a Marvel thing, but it's published by Fantagraphics. And in my mind, some of the best Marvel material this year has come from Fantagraphics, because they've been running this one, the Atlas one. They also did one, Lost Marvels, where they print stuff that Marvel hasn't printed. And what was the other one? Lost Marvels, and then there was another one too. Anyway, and then of course the Atlas Comic Libraries. The small ones like this, that's still kind of big, but there's also a slightly oversized version, which are the more ones focused on the individual artists. But these, I love them. Even though
loves them.
even though I might not read them all, I still love them. But one of my, the whole Atlas comic library, one of my favorite things about this year. Anyway, so we're going to end off with.
What is it?
It's
Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Martian. Yeah, Martian Manhunter. Now, the Martian Manhunter, he's not as well known. I mean, he's been around since the 50s, and he was a DC third grade superhero, whatever. And he was a Martian. He gets stranded on Earth, but he's a shapeshifter, so he takes the form of John Jones, a police cop, and a detective, and of course, he's solving crimes, but of course he's secretly a Martian. Now, a few other people have done, because the character he was in the early Justice League, but he never really did a lot. But then there was these guys, I think was it Mark Badger did them, or anyway, someone did a series of them, and they really explored his Martian roots and the like, and it was pretty cool. So and this one, I gotta say, I like this one. The art is pretty wild, pretty what would you say, psychedelic almost.
It's pretty cool.
Right? I mean, throughout it, and it's
very psychedelic.
Yeah, and it's very. I'm actually not finished it yet.
People.
I'm not finished it yet, but I'm loving it so far, because you're not sure. He's imagining things happening around him, and he's hearing things and seeing stuff. But you're not quite sure, is he in fact the Martian Manhunter himself? But the artwork is really cool. Very, very well designed. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Don't give it all away.
No. Oh, no. But out of all these, and the DC actually has done a series of these this year of Absolute Batman, which is pretty good too, and Absolute Wonder Woman, which is also really good. And this one was recommended to me by Jason Martin from Downtown Comics.
Ah.
And I read it and I was just like, oh, okay. Thanks, Jason. That being said, next week is Christmas week. The top 12 books of 2025. Like I say, there might be a couple from my 12 books of Christmas for Thursday Comics, but
Probably.
yeah, but I do believe the number one might be different. I think because when they get into the last 3, 2, 1, they're kind of interchangeable. Because some of them, it's just, even when I first made up the list, it's like, do I switch this one back or whatever? So it's gonna be fun. And that being said, we're going to make a run for the border. Thanks for having us over. Love you. Bye.